Andy, can you tell us a little bit about what's going on here tonight?
Well, the celebrations here tonight, the Youth Village, the XL Youth Village, which is part of the open weekend celebrations, which are going on across the country. And in Sunderland we have a whole range of events and activities taking place. The Youth Village gives us an opportunity to go and take a whole range of facilities into neighbourhoods where we don't have a lot of facilities or resources or activities taking place. It also gives a new dimension to the type of facilities that we can deliver. It's open, it's outside, and as you can see we have a whole range, including the dancers, street dance, DJing, and we have sexual health information, caravan, youth information, we have drug and alcohol advice, we also have football and some physical activities as well. So a whole raft of opportunities for young people.
Okay. Barry, we're at the XL Youth Village in Sunderland. I know it's being set up at the minute, but what's your thoughts on what you've seen and what you think is going to be happening tonight?
I'm very impressed with what I've seen so far. I think it's an ingenious idea, a very modern idea. It's kind of a different experience that I had from youth work when I was in my teenage years, but I think it's a very smart way of going out into the smaller communities of the city and kind of creating this attraction to get the youngsters who are maybe knocking about on the streets to come and get involved. You know, it's an entirely positive thing. I think it's a very good idea.
Now, you mentioned your own development through as a teenager, and of course some of that was through the Sunderland Youth Services, and that's how Futureheads really got going, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I owe a lot to the youth service in Sunderland, because when I was about 15, I got into playing the guitar, and I was a very shy person, you know, and I heard about this youth project that you could go do, and you know, you were allowed to plug into a real amplifier, a big Marshall amplifier or something, and this was just like too good to be true. So I went along, I made loads of new friends, the confidence levels just grew and grew, as did my musicianship. Learned how to chat up girls and things like that, you know, these important social skills that you need. And yeah, this band, my band rather, would never have got together if it wasn't for Dave Murray and the Sunderland City Centre Detached Youth Project.
So if there's a shy teenager in Sunderland watching this tonight, what would your sort of advice be to them with what's available to them these days?
I'd say, you know, if you are an underconfident teenager, and it is quite a traumatic era in life for anyone to go through that kind of puberty thing, I would say that, you know, get yourself involved in a youth project, because it won't cost you anything. You're going to meet loads of new people, and you never know, you might discover that you have a real passion for something that you didn't know. And it's, you know, you're going to learn a lot, learn how to communicate with people, and I think it's a great thing.
Now, obviously, Futureheads have gone on a long way since those early days in Sunderland Youth. What's next for you? I know you've got a big gig coming up soon, haven't you?
At the minute, we're in the middle of recording our 4th album, which is going well. It's quite time-consuming because our drummer recently had a baby, or at least his girlfriend had a baby. So, you know, we're kind of getting a bit older now. We've been together for nearly 10 years. This year we played Glastonbury, in quite a lot of gigs abroad, in places like Poland, the Czech Republic and stuff like that. And the next gig we're doing is a Polish festival. It's 300,000 people, and I think we're headlining it. So that'll be terrifying.
You're from Youth Matters. Can you just tell us a little bit about what Youth Matters is?
Right, well, just briefly, it started off with a 2-year pilot, and this was just an initiative for young people, allocating funds to other groups of young people across the city.
Not all the projects that we fund are like this. We fund smaller projects based on some of them in schools, some of them just little church groups and stuff like that. We fund a variety of different projects.
What do you think the impact of this is going to have for this part of Sunderland?
I'd say just due to the trial that was held in Grindon, I think the crime rates went down like by 67%, and I think the crime rates are actually higher in Southwick, and Southwick, Red House, Hylton Castle, all of the north. All of the north had no youth provision, well, next to nothing really, and now that this has been brought in, it's definitely going to make a big difference, definitely.
Another thing what this project does is it sort of breaks down barriers between different areas of Sunderland as well. So obviously you don't get certain kids mixing together. So what this does is sort of breaks down those barriers, lets all them mix together in a safe environment, and it generally improves their lives by letting them meet new people as well.
So there'll be at least 6 youth villages taking place every weekend from August, and that will be rolled on across the year as well, not just for the summer.
And for young people who want to find out where these are and when they're on, how do they do that?
Well, they can go onto the Let's Go Sunderland website. There'll also be some information in the local press as well, and we'll be going around schools after the summer to inform young people where they're on in their neighbourhoods and in their areas.